Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Khayla Vita Rosa, and today I want to read a journal. The title of this article is English Teaching Narrative Reading by Using the Subtext Strategy for Islamic Senior High School Students, and the authors are Muhammad Hollandia, Novalingga Pitaloka, and Wahyu Dianto. And then the problem in this article is the identified in the research study where is one, lack of students' motivation is in reading English test. Two is difficulty in identifying the correct characteristic of the narrative text. And three is a poor vocabulary. Four, um, inability for understand the content of the narrative text. And the four is the difficult in comprehending for text. And then research sites for the journal is the research site in this article was MA Patra Mandiri Palembang, one of the Islamic Senior High School in Palembang. And then the research study include a total of 60 students as participants. The samples were taken from class 11 EPS 2 and 11 EPS 3 with 30 students from each class. And then the method of the research study use quasi-experimental design with a pretest post-test non-equivalent group design. The study involved two groups, experimental groups and control groups, both given the same pretest and post-test. The experimental group received treatment using the subtext, um, using the subtext strategy, while the control group did not receive the treatment. The population of the visit was 11 grade students of MA Patra Mandiri Palembang with sample taken using convenience sampling. And then the technique of the collecting data. The technique of the collecting data is the research studies was through a reading comprehension test in the form of multiple choice question. The same text item were used for both the pretest and protest. The measure the progress of students. Reading comprehension scores before and after the treatment. The pretest was administered before implementing the subtext strategy, while the post-text was given after the treatment. The assess for the impact of the strategy of students' reading comprehension. The data obtained from the quasi-experimental design were analyzed using SPSS 20 softwares. And then the technique of analyzing data. The data obtained from the quasi-experimental design in the research study were analyzing using SPSS 20 softwares. The data analysis technique used was quantitative, and the test was used as inferential statistical analysis to determine whether there was a significant improvement before and after implementing the subtext strategy. And then the best of the research result present in the article, it was found that the subtext strategy significantly improved students' reading comprehension score in the experimental group compared to the control groups. The pretest to post-test scores showed a significant improvement in the experimental group after being taught using the subtext strategy. Additionally, there was a significant difference in reading comprehension scores between the students taught with a subtext strategy and these taught with the usual strategy. Therefore, teaching reading comprehension in narrative text using the subtext strategy can be considered as an effective alternative strategy. And then the last, the conclusion, the research study conclude that teaching narrative reading using the subtext strategy was effective in improving students' reading comprehension skills. The finding indicate a significant improvement in students' reading comprehension scores after implementing the subtext strategy compared to the uh, traditional teaching methods. The subtext strategy helps help students in understanding implicit meaning in the text and it and it and engaging with the character traits and feelings. Overall the study suggests the subtext strategy can be a beneficial approach to enhance students' reading comprehension abilities in narrative text. Okay, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.